All righty. Hi, everybody. Um, Hope everybody's doing well today. Um, anyway, I had planned on um, reading from my friend's book here. Uh, but he regularly comes in at the store I work at, and he said that he went to the library and found out there were a lot of typos in it, and um, he's getting it reprinted, and he's going to bring me by the fixed copy of it. So I'll plan on reading from that when he brings it to me. It'll probably be another week or two uh, before he gets it sent to him. So anyway, uh, where's my other book? Okay, there it is. I have my two of my cats in here moderating today. It's Penny right here in front of my computer, and Dimitri here to the side, where I usually will lay things, like my books and stuff that I'm reading from and that I've wrote in and everything. And but yeah, he's moderating today too. Anyway, um, just wanted to put this link in the box as well in the chat. If anybody wanted to join at any time, uh, there. So there it is. Um, this is a touchy subject for a lot of people. Uh, the rejection of modern religion, religion versus spirituality. Um, and there's lots of religions in the world. The main ones, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, uh, and Hinduism, Buddhism. That's off the top of my head there. But Christianity's the one that I grew up in, Southern Baptist. Um, and what I found, in my adult life is the similarities in a lot of these religions. Uh, well, the majority of these religions, um, and uh, in recent months, here in just the past year or so, uh, you've seen a real push, or we, as a whole, people have seen, how they are pushing this divide, between these religions. This clip I seen, I think it was yesterday. Just a second, I'll try to screen share this. Um, like I said, I'm dealing with a cat in front of my computer here, so uh, this. Let's see, just my volume here. It's headphones. I don't have headphones in. Oh shit! I'm on Bluetooth. I hope I hope this has been. Huh, my sound's been okay. Shit. Anyway, I don't know how to make that any bigger, but
right now in Chicago, this is a massive Muslim march declaring that Allah reigns over the city. It's happening right now. Literally, right here in the exact place where we're supposed to be at 1 p.m., right by these fountains. Right before we get here is a massive 4, 2, 3,
I just wanted to play that clip real quick there, um, for context there. How they use these religions as a tool against all of us. Like there, these people said they were supposed to have a march there, and the Muslims showed up before they did, the Christians. Um, I used to be, the mindset, religion about religion as, whatever helps or works for people. But, that that's changed, here in the last several years. Um, given the way, things like this. Every time I see things like this, I think of that, how they're using these religions against people. That's um, that was the plan from the beginning of the formation of these religions. That's my opinion and what I've observed. Uh, and you know, the elite, they use all these things against us, but this is one of the major ones that divides people the most. Um, you know, horrible things are done in these religions' names, in the names of these gods. The God these people worship. Uh, um, you know, give me a second here. Uh, and look how many people are killed in the name of these religions on a daily basis. I mean, like in Palestine, Israel, Iran, Lebanon. Take your pick of whichever country. Uh, uh, it's got you screen share. So this little clip here too. No, Penny. She's trying to walk on my computer. uh, this. I don't know how good the audio is on this. It's not very good on my end. Computer. Now look at what's going on over there in the name of religion. Uh, anyway, uh, I know she's behind me now. Uh, now she's in the floor. Uh, anyway, but yeah, the like I said, I used to be of that mindset. Whatever works for people. But yeah, and since the Charlie Kirk uh assassination, they've really been pushing the Christian nationalism, Christian Zionism. Um, and they're hoping this will cause a civil war amongst all the people because how many religions are in the United States uh, at this moment? Um, I lost count, um, and if we don't come together here pretty soon, it's going to get a lot worse, and that's what they want. They want everyone against each other and not against them, who is the real enemy here. Uh, they they worship their own God, not the God that these people are worshiping in these religions. Uh, some would say Baal, money. That's that's all they money and power is their God. Uh, control. Um, so, you know, uh, We all know the universe works on cycles. Um, and how many times have we seen this cycle? Uh, look throughout history, and it's there. Uh, in one form or another. The we know history is written by the victors, but you got to look deeper than that. Journals and things like that. Personal writings of people of the time, um, the art of the time, in our modern age, the music of the time too. Uh, they play these mind games on us. And we just got to keep playing them back. You know, um, keep putting our message out there, planting seeds. Uh, to make people think this ain't the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be living. They push that narrative. Living in tune with nature, but their way is not our way. Their way is to exterminate a big percentage of us to where we're easily manageable. Uh, for them, uh, for us to service their needs. Uh, And religion, like I was saying at the beginning, is another tool. It's the biggest tool in their arsenal to use against us, next to hunger. Uh, that's the main one. Uh, if you look at the changing climate of this planet, it's natural. It's not man made. It's not man made. Man has a small part of it, but it's not the main driver of our climate. The climate crisis they say is going on right now. The sun the sun drives the climate, and uh, they push that narrative, that it's all man made. You can't have that many cows uh because of climate change, and the gas emissions that they emit and all that. Um, it's just insane. Um, these volcanoes that's going off, they put off more than any of that, combined. Um, we used to live without religion, pagans, is what they called them. I call it, we were living as we should be. Um, you don't see the birds and the bees and the animals, all the animals, hey, what religion are you? Well, I hate you, you don't see that. Uh, they could care less. I'm about as religious as that tree over there. The quote from Serge Tonkin from System of a Down. I read his poetry book years ago. Um, one of them, and it's really good. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but after I was done reading it, I handed it off to the next person. That they've been wanting to read it. So, and I hope they passed it along. That's paying it forward type of thing. You know. Anyway, um, the genocide, atrocities, that's been done in these religions' names is what he went through. His family had went through in Armenia. Uh, you don't hear that talked about a lot. Uh, you always hear about the Holocaust in Germany, but you don't hear about Armenia a lot. And the Bolsheviks. Uh, anyway, uh, let's see what else I got here. Um, and the type of society we're living in as well. Um, Consumerism, uh, and the role of men and women in our society. and how they pit us against each other. I've heard a lot of talk lately about women. It's all women. Women shouldn't have the right to vote. I seen this one where this guy's like, he's an advisor for not an advisor, something to do with JD Vance. I think I can't remember right off, but um, thinks that women should be, took away their right to vote, the right for this and that, and uh, that's just it's insane. When we're supposed to be partners, that's why we get married. Find a partner. There we work together to raise our family. Um, that's the way we're supposed to live as a society. It's called agrarianism uh, versus this modern toxic society. I remember seeing when I was a kid, and how we lived back then. Uh, we farmed. Daddy grew a garden. Everybody around here grew a garden and had farm animals. We had chickens every now and then and pigs, but there's a lot of cattle farming around here. And but yeah, back then, I seen that could have been a reality. And then it just took a turn uh globally um into where we're at today. Um Driven by the total opposite of what we should be, um and what we used to be. What would the world look like now if that had happened? It wouldn't look like it does today, that's for sure. Um yeah, they religion is used as one of their tools to keep their endless wars going and keep people distracted from that reality of the way our world should and could be and has been before in the past. Uh, and more over the years, I've seen more people leaving these religions and going the spiritual way, back to getting back into nature as we should be, as we are, um, because we are one and the same. Um, the light shines within all of us, uh, and we don't need no middleman to reach enlightenment, if you will. Uh, but they're leading us to believe, you need this middleman and follow this religion, and but then you got to hate this religion and these people because they're this religion. It's just ridiculous. Uh, um, but more and more I've seen locally here in my area the push away from it. Uh, but yet it's still there. It's still there, and the Freemasons has a lot to do with that. I work at a convenience at a truck stop, and I remember one weekend seeing them come in, the Masons. They wear shirts with the emblems on it and everything. It's nothing. That's just the Masons. People don't think that twice about it. But they're who's controlling your local government. Uh, and the people I talk to on Facebook, I used to go to school with and stuff. There's a couple of them uh, that they see that, but there's a lot of people that sees a lot of the things that we talk about on here, as they don't like what's going on with this country and this world, but they don't see the root of the problem still. Um, and it's, like I was saying at the beginning, it's up to us to keep planting these seeds and make people think. I'm not perfect, no, by no means, never claimed to be. None of us are. Uh, but I do know this, that this world would be a lot better off without these religions. We don't need a middleman to know the truth because it's inside all of us already. It's just accessing it, and they keep you from accessing it by the crap they put on the TV, the news, the music that they control. They don't control all of it. The TV, the TV shows, movies, Hollywood. Uh, right now, the push of the Zionist agenda is just off the charts. Here globally. Y'all know if y'all are in another country how it is where you live, and it's probably about the same as it is here. Um, and you know, you gotta people need to come back to the realization we're all brothers and sisters here. Um, just trying to survive and live our lives, the way we should be. Uh, the link is there in the chat. Anybody wants to join it, stops by here. Uh, I'll leave it open afterwards here if anybody wants to pop in off air. Uh, I'm hoping, to my work schedule has been it's changed again too. So the next week I'll have to do this later in the day on Tuesday because I've got to work 7 to 3 that day next Tuesday. But I'll be on after Rob Health Freedom UK show. It's tonight at 3 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. UK time. I'm pretty sure, but the link will be below. The link is below for that as well. But if you want to, anybody wants to pop in, there's the link in the YouTube chat. Or if you want to wait till after after go off air here. Like I was saying, we're more powerful than than people believe. We have the power within us all to change this world for the better. And the more people start realizing these tools they're using to control us, I think we'll start seeing more of a change coming. No, Penny. Penny. Her head. Can't lay on my laptop. Silly girl. uh, all right, man. Um, I was going to read from my friend's book. It's really thrown me off here, when he come in and told me that yesterday evening. So I apologize for that. Um, he got some really good stuff in there, and I can't wait to read it to you. Um, but we must break this cycle of their of their endless wars and lies and propaganda and just downright evil. Because there's more of us than there are of them, and they know this, and that's why they're running. They're panicking. They're really pushing this agenda even harder now. Um, And anyway, um, just trying to find this other clip that I wanted to play. Um, Damn it. I hate the way YouTube does this shit. Uh, see. Awesome. Let me hear, okay. Okay. Well, anyway. Um, uh, yeah, that kind of threw me off. I had more. I was going to read from his book and talk about it too in context with this, because he has similar views as I do, uh, about this subject. I'd like to get him on here to talk, but he uh, has a certain schedule he sticks to and everything. He's homesteading too. So anyway, but if anybody wants to join and talk, the link is there in the description. Um, and like I said, if you want to wait till I go off air, that's fine too. Uh, uh, you know, they're waking the sleeping giant. Here, with what they're doing and lifting the veil. And I'd have to, madness surrounds us. They would have us go mad and say fuck it to just join them. But we mustn't do that. Uh, Need to get more people to think, and then they'll see it. They'll get it. Uh, so I'm gonna be ending this here soon. So uh, I just said I go back to this John Trudeau, video I'd watched one day. It's the dying flowers, the sound of flowers dying. Do you hear them? Look at us. This is not his words. They're my words. What have we let them do to us? Why did we let them? They have twisted us into something that many of us do not recognize any longer, a shadow of our former selves. Left us now a glimmer of the light we once were. Do you remember? Using their religion, politics, immoralities, entertainment as a tool to misguide and divide us, just as we have always let them do. We must break this cycle of their seemingly endless lies and wars, deceit, deception, and what have you. Empty they have, rather we have let them make us, as hollow as they themselves have allowed themselves to become. Or were they already this way from the start? Or like us, tricked by some other entities or beings alien to this world? Who knows? Uh, That's the big question there. When did this all start? When did these cycles start? Uh, uh, if this planet is as old as they say it is, millions of years old, that means this has been millions of years. In one form or another, we have been here doing this same thing on repeat. And it's up to us to break this cycle. Um, and start really living our lives as we should. Uh, More and more, we're losing control of what we can and can't do. We're supposed to be a free country. Uh, you know, uh, but more and more, you see, you gotta have a license to fish, a license to hunt, to drive, to do damn near about everything. Put in the refrigerator. Um, so tell me again, you are free to choose, as long as it's okay with the overseers. It's okay. um, but anyway, I'm going to end this here, and y'all have a great rest of your day wherever you're at in the world, whenever you're listening. Uh, you know, uh, uh, take care, y'all, and make sure you check out Rob's show tonight. It's at 3 p.m. my time, 8 p.m. UK time. Just check your time zones there. Um, Anyways, y'all take care. Peace and love. And I will see y'all on the next one. Shit, man. Oops. I clicked the wrong button. I would have left the studio here and not ended the stream. Anyway, peace and love, y'all.